All right, good Friday morning. Today's Friday, April 19th, 2024, and this is your safety meeting. My name is Dennis Davis. I work in the safety department. We are located in the Z building, southernmost building on the campus, center of the room right next to the pillars. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to step on over. We'll get you pointed in the right direction to get you the information that you need. We do this every Friday morning, 52 Friday mornings a year, and each time breakfast is free. So if you haven't ordered at any of our locations, feel free to jump in line and place your order. Dave, I think they just called your name. I think your order's ready.
That'll work. You can handle this. I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
There you go. There you go. So John Blanson and his team at each of our locations do a fantastic job of taking care of us. So let's give those folks over there that take care of us every Friday morning a round of applause. Just a quick thank you for what they do. So we are live across the socials. So welcome to those folks that are watching on social media, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Did you see that girl? She was going to walk right in front of us, but she took a beeline. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And of course, we are simulcasting live at our locations in Salt Lake City and Pittston, Pennsylvania. So speaking of Pittston, Pennsylvania, let's go there first. So looks like we got some folks in Pittston. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. The few and the mighty. Tell us what's going on in Pittston.
It's been a good week. It's been a little rainy, but not too bad. It's been a good week, though. We had a small orientation crowd this week, so they're all sitting back in the corner. They don't want to be on camera, so but we told them we'd mention we'd point them out, So yeah, they're good crowd. Good crowd.
Well, good deal. We appreciate you guys being on this morning. I think you got Rick Yarborough there with you. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, thanks for being here and calling us out. And yeah, guys, I just wanted to make an announcement this morning. I'm Rick Yarborough. I work here at the terminal. I think most of you know me. A hot topic lately has been, not only crowding at the Pittston Yard, but also the fact that we don't have an express bay here. Well, that's been a logistical challenge for us, and I think we finally have it figured out. So I did want to let everyone know, hopefully there's a lot of drivers listening online out there on Facebook and the other avenues they can listen to, but we're going to open an express bay in Pittston on May 13th. So, we've had a lot of drivers say, well, yeah, right. There we go. Some people are happy about it. I know some of our over the road associates have said, well, I'm not going to Pittston. I just need a lube. I'm going to bypass it and go somewhere else. But we are going to open it up here. So come on to the yard. We'll take care of you. We've created a drive-through bay so you can get in line, pull in, pull straight out. And yeah, so that's it. That's what the big piece of news we have. We have a lot going on, but nothing I'm ready to really announce yet because people start asking questions that we're not ready to do it. So anyway, the Express Bay, May 13th in Pittston. Come on in. Maybe we'll have a slushy machine going or something to celebrate the day. That's all I have, Dennis. Thank you.
Mr. Yarborough, thank you so much. Nothing better than an Express Bay other than free slushy. So we're excited to get that going on May 13th. So if you guys ever have any questions, comments, or concerns in Pittston, don't hesitate to step to the mic. So appreciate you guys being with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll go west to Salt Lake City. Aaron Ward, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good to see you here from Salt Lake City. We've got a big crowd in here today. A couple other things that we've got going on. We did start the new testing standards this week, and everything went great with that. We've had really good feedback. I really appreciate all the feedback that I've gotten from the drivers and the students that have participated in that. To Rick's point, we do have an express bay here in Salt Lake City. So we have all the amenities here, actually. So if you're in the area, haven't been to this terminal, you really need to come see it. We've got everything here. We've got the gym, we've got the cafe, we have the spa, company store, everything you need. Great shop capacity out here, and we can take care of you.
That's fantastic. And I know you guys are also hosting the state TDC there for the state of Utah. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I mean, you guys are just hooting and hollering out there. Can't even hear us. No, you're hosting the
It's a
Utah
party.
State Truck Driving Championship.
Yes, sir. We've got that coming up the first week in June, and we're having ongoing meetings about that to get that all squared away. But that's going to be a great event. It was really good here last year. We hosted it for the first time, and the state was really happy with the way that went. So we're looking forward to a great second year.
All right, awesome. As we get a little bit closer to that, we'll have some of those team members or those folks that are competing on behalf of Prime to come up and say a few words. So thank you guys so much for putting that together. You know, congratulations. So much is going right there at the Pittston Terminal. We're really excited about the direction that you guys are going. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Thanks, Dennis. We are in Salt Lake, though, by the way.
What I say? Sorry, Salt Lake.
Aaron, excuse us, man. We're getting a little bit older.
Coffee hasn't kicked in quite yet, so I know where we are. We are in Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, Springfield. Melancholy. You know,
Not too bad.
Not too bad, but that's okay. We'll bounce back and rebound. We'll inject some energy into the crowd. So, you know, I noticed we've got a few folks in neon vest. That means we've got some new drivers here. So at each of our locations, if you're new to Prime, this is your first week. If you would, just stand and give us an opportunity to properly welcome you to the team. Go ahead and stand up. Yes. Good number here that I can see around the room. Thank you guys so much. We think you did a fabulous job in choosing Prime Incorporated because your record is good, your background is good, your work history is phenomenal. We chose you, and conversely, you chose us. So we want to say thank you for what we do, for what you do. You know, we don't ever pretend to be perfect by any means. That's one of the reasons we have meetings like this, to be transparent and kind of communicate with the masses, both live and virtual. So I also see a couple of veterans here in the room, some folks that are been around here for a while. So thank you guys so much. Welcome home. Good to see you. Hopefully we can get you taken care of while you're here and get you back out on the road as soon as we possibly can. So this morning I've got Dave White here with me. I haven't been up here with you in a long time.
I think it was like last week, wasn't it? Weren't you here last Friday?
I wasn't here last Friday.
Must have been Johnny then.
It was John Hart.
You guys look similar.
He's just slightly taller than I am.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Yeah. So, no, good morning, everybody. Glad to be here this morning. Glad you're here. That's more important than us, no doubt. So I just want to say good morning and thank you for what you do out there. I know especially the listeners that are out there on the road right now that aren't able to be here for the free breakfasts and all that. Big thank you to all of them for picking up that freight, delivering it on time, and doing it safely, because that's what this is about. And our safety numbers, we've had pretty good weeks so far, and we want to continue it going as well. Just a reminder for those of you who don't know, and I've had a couple drivers already tell me about this week is Work Zone Safety Week out there. So a lot of states have already started construction, rebuilding bridges, rebuilding interstates, things like that. Here in Missouri, I-70 is going to start to be worked on pretty quickly, and they're going to they're going to make that 6 lanes, 3 lanes each direction, which will be awesome for traffic. But it's going to be a hassle to get there, so remember that. And anytime you're in work zones, you know, be on the lookout for those workers. Some of those guys and gals are out there. They got a tough job dealing with the elements, but not only that, dealing with their work, running those jackhammers, whatever they're doing. Sometimes they may not pay attention enough, and they may step out into traffic a little bit. You may see their leg. Hey, stay away from them. Keep an eye on them, and stay away from those workers as far as you can, and watch that speed, because enforcement's watching that as well. And we get a few tickets every now and then for going a little too fast. And the speed limit's the speed limit, especially in the work zone. So stay below that, take your time, and keep your eye on those workers, and that's part of driving safe out there, Dennis.
Absolutely. You know, we got a jam-packed meeting today, as always. We've been pretty popular here these days with both the drivers and in-house associates, folks, you know, wanting to chime in and wanting to tune in. So let's give them the information there. They came here. Looks like we had a ton of inspections this week.
Man, those inspections jumped back up. Last week we're under 100. This week we're back above it again, 134. But 102 clean ones, so a 76% clean rate. So yeah, great job out there. And, a couple reminders on inspections and one of the, there's a big program coming up next month called CVSA Road Check, May 14th through the 16th. So you may want to remember that. 14th to the 16th, they're going to be checking us a little bit more closely. They're going to be looking at the tractor inspection valves if you get pulled into an inspection. So I'm going to ask Stan Casterkey, you're probably thinking tractor inspection valves, what that's got to do? Well, if you remember when you took your CDL test, you had to pump down your brakes and all that. And I thought Stan would be the perfect one to have come up here and explain that again. Because you know what? I don't remember doing it. I remember doing it when I was a driver, but it's been many years for me. So go ahead, Stan.
Hydraulic brakes, you can't really check them the way you can an air brake
Well,
system.
you put your feet out, don't you, a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do the Fred
Flintstone?
Flintstone, yeah. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. Those of you who are just joining Prime, thank you for being here this morning. So everyone remembers properly mounted, secured, no crack, bent, or broken, no abrasions, belters, or cats, cracks, frayed, or breaks, and it's not leaking, and it's connected to both ends, right? Yes, you remember that. How many of you came through our driver training program here at Prime? Raise your hand. Appreciate you all. So we taught the air brake check. It's the basic minimum to pass the CDL exam, but that air brake check needs to be done every day. Do you think, Ben? At least every day. Maybe every time you start the truck, every time you hook to a new trailer, things like that. Those airlines can crack and fray and break. Yeah, especially in cold weather, as well been said. So on the tractor protection valve, does anyone know the minimum number for the tractor protection valve to where it could pop out? Does anyone remember that?
Matt Puccio right there, Bill.
About 50 it pops out.
Well, so how about some of our PSDs, some of the folks in it? Yes, I'm going to make you run here for just a second, Keith.
Good question.
45 to 25.
Awesome, man. You haven't taken your test yet. We're just getting you set up, but awesome. Yeah, that's exactly correct. So that's when the valves are going to pop between 45 and 20. Now there's a new standard on the CDL testing exam. That's changed. It used to be 40 to 20. Now they're saying 45 to 20. So when that air pressure, you start seeing that you're losing air pressure, those valves, that valve pops out. Anybody know what happens? The brake set, it locks up, right? So really you've lost control. So when you see that air pressure dropping down, you want to make sure that you're finding a safe place to get off the road because you've got a problem. You've got an air leak, a line's broken, there may be a brake canister that's sprung the leak in it, something like that. So you want to watch for that. So does anybody know how you know, if you don't see it on the air gauge, does anyone know another way that you would know that you're losing air pressure? At or before 60 PSI, what's going to happen? The buzzer's going to come on. That's going to be your other indication. So the light's going to come on and your buzzer's going to come on. Doing an air brake check before you ever start your day, every time you hook to a trailer, you fuel, it just takes just a few seconds. Build your air pressure up, start pumping that down, make sure that light and warning buzzer's coming on, pump it on down, make sure those valves are popping out. And just, that's a practice you need to do every day. First, put your seatbelts on and then do your air brake check. Okay?
All right. Any questions for Stan? Another thing too to check is your glad hands as well. Make sure they're not leaking. And we know when you're parked and you got your tractor running and you got your trailer valves and pushed in on your dash, make sure you don't have any leaks coming from there because that's what they're going to be checking for when they stop you. So.
And you do that while you're fueling your truck too.
There you go.
While you're doing a walk around to kind of
Yep.
listen to what's going on. The seals.
Yep, all that. So.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Ben said if you need replacements or if you need some glad hand seals, have just a few extra because I know you never have picked a trailer up that didn't need a glad hand seal, but you've picked a trailer up at some point that needed a new glad hand seal on it. So. Yeah.
So that's one part of the CVSA check they're going to be looking at in May. But the second part is going to be drugs and alcohol. So they haven't done this in a while, but they're going to go back to it, and they're going to check your cab for drug and alcohol and see if you have anything inside there. So remember, you cannot have any alcohol inside your truck. Even if you buy your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it may be, a nice bottle of wine in California, you cannot have that inside your truck. It has to be manifested as part of your load. So if you're hauling an Anheuser-Busch load, you're fine because you got that load in the trailer, but you can't have it inside your truck ever. So, you know, those situations, make sure you're prepared. I know a lot of states have passed legalized recreational marijuana, including Missouri. Once again, can't have that on your truck neither. It's a federal regulation. Federal government says no, and FMCSA regulations say no. So don't have anything like that on your truck, because if you do and they catch it, you're going to be placed out of service. You'll be done right there, and your future here prime is going to be short-lived. So we don't want to go down that road. So want to make sure everybody's aware. May 14th through the 16th, that's going to be the road check. We got a question right over here, gentlemen. Go ahead.
So is that a thorough check through your sleeper and all?
They could, yes. Yep, man. It may be just the way your truck looks. When they get up inside, they may look around. They go, if it's really messy and it says, it could be something in here. They're going to ask, hey, open your refrigerator door. Can I do this? I mean, and that's part of the inspection. They may get up in there. If your truck's spotless, they look around. Nah, I'm going to the next one. Forget about it. You know, so part of it, the way your truck and the way you are, the way you're acting and all that, that's part of the inspection. So, yeah, just be prepared. That's what we want you to be. And legally, they can do that. They can ask for permission to get up inside your truck and check. And that's what part of this inspection that's coming up. So want to give everybody a heads up on it. Make sure everybody's ready to roll.
Before I get out of
Go
here,
ahead.
thank you, Dave. Thanks for the opportunity to be up here today. Thank you for all for what you do. If you're interested, I brought some study guides or some sheets that we give to PSDs whenever they go through the vehicle inspection. I've got several of those sheets up here. If you're not an instructor or trainer, get with your fleet manager. If you're a current driver or prime, have to have been in your own truck for at least 60 days. To be a trainer, you have to have at least 2 years of driving experience, commercial motor vehicle driving experience to be a PSD instructor. Come out to the pad. We can show you what that's about. And but we would encourage you and appreciate your help in helping train the future drivers of prime.
Stan, is there a reason why the trainers are instructing their students to raise the landing gear on the trailers?
To raise
To raise the landing gear?
higher? I don't know that they are. I mean, I guess you would have to look at specific situations, because we could have times that maybe the customer, you know, if they're using a yard mule or something like that, they're going to crank them up. Oh, I
So
don't know.
Ben, if
Maybe
you
they
see
needed an
that,
extra
make sure you
workout.
say something. Get a hold of Stan, get a hold of
Yeah.
your fleet manager. Say, hey, we got something going on. Get a hold of one of
Yeah.
us in safety. We could follow up. Yeah.
It's not a common thing, I would tell you, Ben. I mean, we're not telling them to tell them that. So if you see it's going to help us to coach that individually versus, because I think for the most part, most people are doing it correctly. So I appreciate you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Stan. Thanks
a
for
great
coming
day.
up. Yeah. So round of applause. Thank you, Stan. Good job. What do you got next, buddy?
I think we're going to go ahead and highlight a vendor since he's up here and he needs to get back down because he's probably got some appointments today. So we're going to ask Dr. Marcel Popa from Happy Spine to come up and talk to us about the services that you provide. Good morning, Doctor.
Morning. Just wanted to say thank you to all the drivers. You guys are amazing. That's the reason why I'm here. And so you guys been talking about the express bays that you guys have at every location for the trucks. We have an express bay here for the drivers, and that's my office, chiropractic office. I cannot stress enough the importance of maintenance when it comes to you guys, the drivers. Just like you take your trucks to get the maintenance done, remember, if you want to do this for a long time, the secret to longevity when it comes to driving is taking care of your body, taking care of your spine. You sit a lot, there's a lot of tension and pressure that builds up on your back. get adjusted, go see a chiropractor every once in a while. You don't have to come see me. If you don't like me, it's okay. But go see your chiropractor back home. Make sure that you are aligned. When you sit a lot and all that tension builds up, eventually you'll be hurting. And so if you wait that long, it's going to take a few visits. If you keep up with maintenance, that's the best way to do it. And so I do different things here in the office. Obviously, chiropractic adjustments. If you're scared of getting popped, there's different ways I can adjust you. I can adjust you with the table. I can adjust you with an instrument. I can adjust you manually, which most people prefer. I do decompression. I do traction. I do electrical stimulation. I do kinesio taping. Kobe just reminded me to tell you guys about that. There's so many things I can use taping for, obviously to keep your adjustments better. If you're tense, if you pull a muscle, if you pull a tendon, ligament, something, you're a joint, I can always tape you. It helps with swelling. And so there's different packages I have. If you go online, that's the best way to book. I don't have a secretary. I'm a one-man show here. You can always try to stop by. If I'm not busy, I'll see you. But the best way to see me is go online. We have a link. There's a link from the app somewhere. I don't have the app, but maybe somebody can tell you where to go. But it's chiro@prime.com. Very simple. Takes 20 seconds to book an appointment. You can pay with your badge or cash or check. I don't file insurance. I don't take credit cards. It starts at $40 a visit. I'm telling you guys, it's the best $40 you can spend on you. And so it helps with stress. If you're stressed, if you're stuck in the terminal, your truck is broken, get an adjustment. It's only going to help you. Any questions? All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Popa.
Thank you. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Dave, I know you are.
I was just there Monday with him down on that table.
How
Yeah.
you feel?
Good. You know what? About a year and a half ago, first time I went to him, and I went down there. He goes, "Is this your first visit?" And I go, "Yep." "You ever been to a chiropractor before?" I said, "Nope." He goes, "Why not?" And I go, "Well, got some reservations." I told him the truth, and he's like, "It's okay," So he cracked me a little bit here in my back and my neck, and man, it makes a big difference. Monday I was like this with my neck, trying to get it around, move it, and I was like, and when I got done with him, plenty of movement going on. Feel good.
Flexible, limber,
Right. You've been down there a few times too. Yeah,
I do. I try to go religiously
every
once a
couple
month.
months for sure. Yeah, once a month or every 2 months. That's about what I go. And yeah, he does a wonderful job. It's different. It's different than getting a massage. It's different than all that. And yeah, you feel a couple bones that may go pop or something, but nothing happens. It doesn't hurt, and it's never hurt. And does a wonderful job for us. So it's great having him down. A great asset we have. So
it's just one of many things that 23 years or whatever it is, 22 years here at Prime, myself, that we sometimes take these amenities that we have here for granted. They're here, they're available to us. We come here to work every day and they're just here. This isn't normal. This isn't usual for any employer, let alone a trucking company. So
we got a medical facility down there. We got CPAP. We got, Cardinal and Command Health now. I almost called it the old name, but we're still getting used to the name change. But yeah, it's great having all these amenities here. Then the theater upstairs and everything else that comes here, the pool tables, ping pong, basketball, you name it, man. If you're a driver here, you can have some recreational fun. And all these classes we got to offer too. They got yoga classes. They got exercise ab classes. You name it, you can get involved here. You got a weight room, and it's a good time, and everybody's always welcome to join and be involved in it. So,
the most valuable asset that we can give to you is the knowledge that we have. So I'm gonna ask Hannah Skinner from our law department to come up, and she's going to be joined by one of our newer associates, Rebecca. And we talk about amenities at Prime, but one of the things that I think that I value the most is just having talented associates in various departments that can provide the drivers help. The drivers really should be focused on, picking up and delivering on time and doing it safely, concentrating on producing revenue for their one truck line or multiple truck line. And they've got folks like you and I here to support them and do other things. So let's talk about what you're here to support.
All right. Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everybody. We were just going to touch base on making sure you're utilizing your yard movement status. We've seen an increase in inspections and failed inspections for going over your 11-hour drive clock. And the unfortunate part of it is normally it's just by the second or by the minute at the most. It's not anything out of the norm to see that. So make sure when you are at the shippers or your customer at all that you are using yard move status to get in and around the company property. That way you're saving your drive clock to be able to get safely parked somewhere and you're not just getting those violations for just a second. But that's really all we had to cover today, unless there was questions. I'll introduce Rebecca really quick. She's our newest log advisor over in the logs department. So some of you guys will be working directly with her here before too long. Thank you.
No, it doesn't matter. You're good. Thank you. Welcome.
She didn't want to touch the same microphone I touched.
No, I think that was it, man.
Okay.
You have the sniffles or something today?
I feel great.
Okay, good. Good deal.
All right. Hey, you know, we run a robust training program here. Did you know that?
Yes.
You know, a huge percentage of our drivers that are in our fleet actually came through our program. Pretty cool, isn't it?
It is, very much so.
You know,
got the best training program in the business, Dennis.
all right, but
No doubt.
You know, but we got some reminders for you. So we're going to bring up Chris Martin. Chris Martin, former cheerleader, former wrestler, former fleet manager, but now he's helping us out and running that training program. So tell us what you got for us this morning.
All right, thanks, Dennis. All right, yeah, my name's Chris Martin. I work in the training department. I'm in the refrigerated division. I'm going to tell you about a couple things today that I hope you listen to and you say, hey, you're wasting my time because I already knew that, okay? But we can't hear it enough. In the training program, you know, we want to teach you, but we also want to keep you safe out there, okay? So first thing I want to talk about is being in that top bunk when the truck is moving, okay? And we can't be in the top bunk when the truck is in motion, all right? I think everybody knows that, right? And it's a big enough deal to us that if you were to come in, you come in as a trainee, there's a piece of paper you sign that says, hey, if I'm in the top bunk when the truck is in motion, it's grounds for termination, okay? It's a big deal to us. It's not just something that we have to tell you. We really don't want you up there, okay? It doesn't happen often that somebody falls out of the top bunk, but when it does, it's always a very bad injury, okay? It's not bruises, it's a big cut, it's broken ribs, somebody calling from the hospital. So it's a big deal. And the other thing, you know, when I talk to somebody and this has happened and they might say, you know, it's just a short distance. We were just going from the customer to a truck stop, or we were just moving from the staging area to the dock. I just want to remind you, it's any distance, any speed. Okay. And again, the few times that it's happened, I haven't heard about it happening on a highway. I've actually heard about it happening again at a customer, at a truck stop, at a stoplight. And you think about what causes somebody to roll out of that bunk. It's changing directions, we're stopping, we're starting, and then somebody rolls out, okay? So any distance, any speed, we can't be up there, you know, and we're gonna hold both people accountable if it happens, all right? If you are in the top bunk, nobody threw you up there, you crawled up there, all right? And if you're driving the truck, I'm gonna expect that you check and just see that nobody's up there before you start driving. If they are up there and they won't get down, we can't move. Okay. Let's say that you are in a truck and that bottom bunk, it doesn't smell good because we haven't been doing laundry like we should, right? Or let's say that there's too much stuff in that bottom bunk that we can't sleep comfortable. What would the solution be? It would be to get a hold of your fleet manager, right? And let them know it's not sleep in the top bunk, it's not sleep in the passenger seat, okay? So there's no good reason to be up there when the truck is moving. It's just not safe, okay? Second thing, and I won't spend a lot of time on this because it doesn't, in my mind, it's not a long conversation. And that is we cannot have alcohol play any part in the training process. Okay? Alcohol has no part in the training process. At any point in time, if you're at work, and this isn't just a training thing, right? But we shouldn't be, alcohol shouldn't play a role. So if you're a trainee and you're at the campus inn and you're waiting for a trainer and it's 10 o'clock at night and you still don't have one, in my mind, you're still at work, we shouldn't be looking for alcohol. All right, if you're on a 34-hour break or you're at the shop and you know you're gonna be parked for a while, we still shouldn't be looking for alcohol. If you're a trainer, the quickest way to lose your trainees' respect is to go get a drink, right? Or you think you're gonna go out and have a drink with them, we're gonna bond. You're losing their respect when you do that, okay? If anybody raises their hand and asks me how long after I've had alcohol till I can get back in the truck, I mean, my answer would be you can get back in the truck right away because you had 0 drinks, okay? No drinks. And then you get back in whenever you want, all right? I mean, again, we want to teach people how to drive a truck, no accidents, deliver on time, and make a lot of money, but we got to keep them safe while we're doing it, okay? And I'll throw one more thing in there real quick. We know we can't sleep in the top bunk, right? When we sleep in that bottom bunk, we got a net. Let's use the net, okay? That is it for me, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Good information.
Man, he's party pooper, isn't he?
No, man, he's right on. That's the thing.
He's right on, you know, and former fleet manager here, and let's talk candid for just a quick minute. I enjoy an adult beverage from time to time. If you were to go in my basement, you'd probably be amazed of what you see. But the most important thing is when I show up to work here at 6 a.m. every morning, I'm ready to go. You're gonna get my A game every single time. All right. I may be hocked up on coffee sometimes, but nothing else. All right. So if you're under dispatch, if we expect you in that truck, need to move it, whatever the case may be. We need your A game. That's not the time to partake. All right. If you got plans for dinner or whatever the case may be, the Super Bowl or your team's playing, great. That's fine. Let your fleet manager know. Get out of the truck. Get a room. Put your PTA out. Enjoy yourself. So that when you come back, you haven't violated any laws, any rules. You haven't put yourself in danger. You haven't put anybody else in danger. And you're ready to go with your A game. Simple as that. Right, Dave?
Right on, Dennis. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just stay away from all that stuff. And you're ready to go. That's the end of the day. That's it. You got to be ready. And if you're under dispatch, you're under dispatch. So you're responsible. And like Chris said, 34-hour restart, you may be out on the road and you may have a load with you on a 34-hour restart. If that happens, you're responsible for that truck and trailer still and the load. So, if something happens to it, enforcement has to get involved. That's when you need to have your A game ready to go again. You're ready to get out there and help them. Hopefully nothing like that ever does, but sometimes it does creep up. Things happen. Somebody will hit your truck or whatever it may be. Then we got to follow up on an accident report and all that. And you, once again, need to be on your A game. So,
all right, let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. Yeah. So, driver health and fitness, big thing here as well. And we talked about all the amenities and all the options we have to do here for our drivers, and these guys are it. So this morning we got Rachel and Colby coming up along with their intern. So great to have you.
Hey everybody, good morning.
Dave.
So I'm Colby, the driver health and fitness department. I have up here Rachel, our dietitian.
Good morning.
And also we have Morgan, our intern, with us from Missouri State. And real quick, I'm going to give a couple updates, and then we want to get into our health tips. So Rachel, give a little update for us.
Yeah, so we just finished our Fit in 15 competition program. So I just want to recognize the drivers who put in all of the hard work and the dedication into that program. So out of the top 15 who were the most involved and participating really, really well, they lost 227 pounds total between the 15 of them. So that is awesome. Out of that, so on average, they lost 6% of their body weight. So that's pretty significant weight loss in the 12-week program. So the overall winner, so that was driver code SPEKAL. So congrats to her. She lost almost 40 pounds. And as the winner of the program, she got one of our Max Pro fitness devices. So
And in second place, it's driver code SHOWCC, who had second place. And as the winner of the drawing of, it's like participation based. So you get a lot of points for doing things within the program. It's not just weight loss, how you get your points and how you win. And so the person who won the drawing for being at a points threshold was POTEKM. So congrats to all of those guys. Yeah, and so our health tip for today is about creativity. So this is something where there's a lot of ways to express to be creative. There are a lot of health benefits to being creative. So I just want to let Morgan from MSU kind of go through a list of some of those things.
Yeah, how many of you would say that on a regular basis you do something creative? Yeah, not many hands going up. And I get it. We're all busy. We have lots of things going on, and it's really hard to make time for it. And sometimes we feel like we're not going to be good at something. You know, we're not an artist. We're not a comedian. We're not, you know, an author. But it's really awesome for your health. And that is not determined by how good your skills are at something. So I really challenge you to take time, whether it's taking photos of the things that you're seeing on the road, or whether it's taking time to draw or paint a little bit, going that extra mile to really just, you know, maybe set a 10-minute timer to just do something that you haven't done before, trying different ingredients in foods that are maybe a little off script in a recipe. Maybe you're dancing by yourself.
I like that one.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to be creative, and it is so good for your brain and for your body and for your mind. And it's a really great way to manage stress.
No, that's a good one, Morgan. I like it because the one thing we talk about, and especially this month being Stress Awareness Month, is ways to manage that, right? Especially on the road. So no, I appreciate that. And like Morgan put on here, this is on our Instagram. So on our social media, we're always putting tips up there. A lot of times they'll align with something we've done this week, what we're going to talk about this Friday, things like that. So if you guys haven't, make sure you follow us on our socials. And the last thing I do want to talk about is we always talk about our walking club. And actually this week, we have 2 drivers that have gotten over the threshold of 500. We actually have one here. Thomas, we come up here. So Thomas Miller is actually our leader in there so far. I want to give him, he's got our threshold. You get a t-shirt when you get to 500. It's got a walking club on it. It's got our little high vis color. So I want to make sure, give him that. And then you guys just make sure, and he always likes to talk if he wants to share about walking. It's real simple to log the miles, but we just want to reward you guys because everything you do that helps your health and fitness is intentional, right? So when you get out of the truck and you walk and you exercise or you cook, you get creative, like Morgan said, it's intentional. So we want to highlight when you guys are being intentional. So Thomas, will you grab that t-shirt thing right there for Thomas for him? And I just want to give it to you and say congratulations. So yes, absolutely. So let's give a hand for Thomas real quick. So there you go. You want to say anything about walking?
Easiest exercise you can do because you got to do it every time you get out of bed. So just walk as much as you can, log it, send it to these guys. Come get your t-shirt.
There you go. I love it. Awesome, man. Appreciate you.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep rolling, man.
We had a fantastic meeting so far. I like
We
the
got
flow.
lots, yeah, we got a lot of speakers, a little this, a little that.
All right, we're going to shift gears a little bit. What do we got?
Let's go, man. So I'll tell you what, we haven't had them up here in a while, but we have Haley and Leing and Brittany. Chelsea. I messed that one up, didn't I? So yes, man, the fashion statement's here. It blows us away, Dennis. We're done.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. My name is Haley. My name is Chelsea. This is Chelsea. We are with Success Leasing. We haven't been up here in a while, so it's good to see you all. Good morning, Prime family. We just wanted to chat really quickly about a few little leasing things. First thing is we have started ordering trucks. When you order a truck, you can now have it delivered in Pittston or Salt Lake City, which is wonderful. That's an exciting thing we've been working on for some time. So you don't have to come pick it up in Springfield anymore. You can pick it up at one of those locations. What did you want to talk about?
So I'm going to add that we are currently placing orders for September delivery right now. We probably will be moving to October here in the next couple of weeks. So if you have an end of lease that's coming up in September and you would like to have a new truck sitting here with your name on it when you come in for end of lease, be thinking about getting that order placed with us. Another thing is when you're placing your order and you're picking your delivery date, just be mindful that if you're planning on taking time off, take that into account when you're picking that delivery date, because we don't want a truck that delivers in September if you're not really planning on coming to pick it up until October. And we want that. We want you guys to take your time off. We want you to spend time with your family. We just also want to plan it accordingly so that your pickup date aligns with what you're wanting. Also be mindful of your 59 days. So from the date that you turn your current truck in for end of lease, be sure that you are back and you have that lease signed and you are out hauling load before the end of your 59th day so that you can keep your leasing benefits and your leasing longevity.
So on your 59 days, everything goes off of the first time that you signed that first lease with Success Leasing. So you earn forgiven lease payments, your retention and rewards goes off of that, your lower down payment. So if you were going to do a lease purchase, the payment lowers for every year you've been leasing with Success. So you never want to have a break-in service more than 59 days or you lose all your benefits and rewards with Success. So if you guys have further questions on that, please let us know. But please, please, please make sure you don't go over 59 days. The last thing I was going to say is we are also doing end of lease payouts in Salt Lake City and Pittston as well. So for years, if you were end of lease, you had to bring your truck here to Springfield. We were the only ones that could close that out. But thankfully, we have all of our shops up and going, and they are able to do your end of lease payouts there. If you are going to do end of lease in Pittston or Salt Lake City, please give us a call just so that we can put a note on the truck that you will be turning it in there. It takes about 5 to 7 business days to get your payout to you. And that's about all I have.
That's all I had.
Any questions?
We had someone ask the DAB about bringing back the lease purchase on used trucks. They were trying to get an answer if that's coming back or when that would be coming back.
You can do a lease purchase on used trucks right now. Yeah.
We were asking the DAB, it was like, the answer was ask Success Leasing.
Oh yeah, you can always ask us, but yes, right now you can. It's still a down payment on that and then an additional 2 years.
I've got some questions online.
Sure. Hi, Tammy.
Is there an extra cost for getting your truck delivered to Salt Lake City or Pittston?
No, there's not an additional cost. I will say if you're going to have a giant, amazing, beautiful striping graphic throughout the whole thing, it really does need to be delivered to Springfield so that Stripes and Stuff can put your full graphics on it. We are doing some striping in Pittston and Salt Lake City, but our shops are doing it. So just be aware that if you're wanting a full wrap, that does really need to come through Springfield.
Another one.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it look like on ordering a Kenworth? Is that possible yet?
Not at this time. We don't have any deal with Kenworth to order. Right now, it's just Freightliner and Peterbilt.
Okay. Happy Friday,
guys.
Have a great day.
Good job.
Thanks, Haley. Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate you guys being here this morning. So last couple of Fridays, we've had some fleet managers come up and, we're going to continue with that trend. We're going to ask Jared Young to come on up.
Did you train Jared by chance?
I did train Jared a long time ago as a night fleet manager. So Jared, kind of give us a former cheerleader. This is the second one today.
Thank you.
But we've been kind of having a series talking about cargo claims prevention from a fleet manager perspective, and we've had a couple good fleet managers come on up, and you're one of the best. So kind of give us your perspective on how to prevent a cargo claim.
Good morning. We have had fleet managers come up here for the last several weeks. This is actually my second round coming to talk about this subject because it's so important. You guys work hard for the money you make out there, the revenue you're generating. We want you to help protect it. And so cargo claims are an easy way. That's some of the low-hanging fruit we talk about that you can protect just by doing some basics. And I'm going to give you what Dennis described as the elevator speech today. So we'll kind of keep it brief for you and kind of hit the high points. So in cargo claims prevention, just do the basics. Check your paperwork. You've got to double check that paperwork every time you pick it up from the shipper. Verify that temperature. Make sure that you're circling the temperature on the bills of lading. When you call in to do your live loaded call, that you're setting your reefer properly, you're confirming that temperature, and you're making sure everything is set like it's supposed to be before you ever leave the shipper. Now, when you get your paperwork also, you need to make sure you have all the pages. Make sure you get all that stuff. Make sure you get it all turned back in at the other end. An issue we've had recently are going to be piece count issues. You've got to verify the piece counts. Make sure the piece counts match. When product's coming off the trailer, especially if it's a multi-stop load, don't count the pallets. If they're calling for a certain piece count, make sure you're getting that. And so that can help protect you in those. So verify your temperatures. Make sure you're block bracing and securing the load before you depart. Make sure you have all the paperwork that you need, and make sure that your piece counts are matching. If it calls for the driver to be on the dock, make sure you're on the dock. Make sure you're counting that product off. Don't leave it up to a lumper service or a receiver to say yes or no that you did it. Make sure you verified that piece count. And those are going to be kind of some of the high points. Are there any questions about any of this?
All right. I love it, Jared. Quick, straight, and to the point. That's how we get it done. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, Dave, you did it right along. You and John did a great job of putting together this meeting. So, of course, I'm going to throw you a curveball. Apologize for that. I'm going to ask D. Silva to kind of make her way up here. You know, we do some pretty cool things here at Prime that, you know, here's a good opportunity to share one of them. So last Wednesday, April 10th, we had a fantastic event, our Highway Diamonds event. And I've asked D. Silva just to join me here for a second to talk about, you know, kind of what we did and what your experience was.
Thank you for having me. Well, on April 10th, we were able to celebrate our women drivers. Was anybody here in attendance for that? Anybody? Come on, raise your hand. Let's get excited. Listen, it was a great time for our women. Every year we get to have that. Thank you, Robert, for that event. I do so appreciate it. But there was one woman in particular we want to acknowledge today because she's here. Our women are just amazing. And so please do not discredit who you are because I'm bringing this person up. But she team drives with her husband, Donnie. She is probably one of the sweetest people that I have ever met here at Prime as far as our women drivers. I can count on her for a hug every time I see her. Please welcome your 2024 Highway Diamond of the Year, Doreen Cook. She's amazing, y'all. Let you get up there and talk to them for a second.
What do you want me to say? No, I love working for this company. I've learned a lot about myself. You know, having Tourette's, I'm out there every day dealing with customers. I mean, it's all over my face most of the time anyways. So I figured, well, why not try a little bit of something different? When my kids were young, I stayed in the background where there's sports, everything else. It used to make my kids upset. I didn't want to embarrass my children. Didn't want to embarrass my grandchildren. So I see some signs of some of the Tourette's in some of my grandkids. How can, like I said when I won the award, how can I tell my grandkids to put themselves out there if I'm not going to do it myself as a 60-year-old woman? And I mean, I love working for Prime. Robert knows it. I made you jelly, by the way, as well, when I was off this week. And, you know, I got my son here, my daughter-in-law here. You know, without the support of my kids, especially my husband and my sister, you know, I wouldn't be doing this job. Is it an easy job? No, but it's a fun job. You know, like Robert, you guys always say, safety is your highest calling, and you just got to do what you got to do to be able to do your job. You know, and I appreciate all the Highway Diamonds before me, you know, kind of give you an example of what you're trying to strive for. You know, I've had the same dispatcher 13 years. So, you know how I feel about your company, Robert. It's my company. Here you go, D. I'm done.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Listen, she's really, really humble, y'all, but I want you to understand you absolutely deserve that award. There was a ton of people rooting for you. And so we're so happy that you're going to be moving through the Highway Diamond corridor and making a difference in this industry. So thank you once again for being as awesome as you are.
Thank you, D.
Thank you, Doreen.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah, big round of applause.
Congratulations, congratulations. What a fantastic representation of Prime Incorporated, and we're just so glad that she's on our team.
And you know what? Another team she made too is our truck driving championship team for the state of Missouri. So she qualified for that this year, and one of the few females to be on that. So thank you, Doreen. Way to get out there and knock it out. Look forward to you competing down in Branson and having you on our team. So it'd be awesome.
All right, we got one more quick speaker, and I'm asking Stephen Ray to make his way up. You know, Doreen's fleet manager would have been here with her, but we sent him back upstairs to answer Stephen's phone while he's down here with us. So this is Stephen Ray. He's a fleet manager in our refrigerated division. And I think you got a special presentation this morning too.
Yeah, so back on February the 22nd or 23rd, a bunch of us went up to Lake of the Ozarks for the Missouri Trucking Association. I always want to say truck driving, but it's Missouri Trucking Association, their awards banquet. Thomas Miller, and Thomas, if you want to make your way on up, Thomas was selected as for the month of December as the driver of the month. Now, I made myself a little cheat sheet, but a few of the things that are involved or that they look at on that, obviously safety. They look at their efforts to improve the trucking industry. And along with that, you know, Thomas has been a previous ATA road team captain. You are involved in the Missouri Truck Driving Championships that we hold here every year during our picnic. And then it's also some of their community involvement that they do. And Thomas has a special involvement that he does with his community to raise money for childhood cancer in the Sam Biggs Foundation. And so that's his there. They look at all of that. Yeah, that's a great cause. And but they look at all that. When I kind of skipped over the safety real quick, but they look at the last 10 years that the driver has done, from accidents to service to mileage to roadside inspections and on. So it's a pretty intensive feat that they go through, you know, to be selected. And so that evening, Thomas was selected not just for the month of December, but he won the driver of the year for Missouri. So today we have his ring here that we wanted to give him his ring. I'll turn that way for a second. But Thomas, congratulations. Thomas has been with us for 25 years. And as many know, what a huge ambassador for Prime and for trucking.
You struggled there for a minute.
That's just age.
It's pretty cool. This is neat. It was an honor to have so many people from Prime up there in February with me. Pretty much all of management, all the safety department was there, and also I'll go ahead and throw that out there too. I wasn't the only one getting an award that night. Prime received the large fleet carrier of the year in the safety. We were the safest people last year in the state of Missouri. So all congratulations to all the drivers at Prime. So. You know, a lot of people ask me how I do this. Honestly, I've been lucky a lot, really lucky a lot. There's a lot more luck went into it to skill. All the truck driving championships, that's all been fun. You know, the stuff I do with the industry. America's Road Team, you know, we've got Dee Silva back there. She's captain as well. And Emily Plummer just made it on America's Road Team. It's a great thrill to do that. You know, I'm classified as a previous road team captain, but they still use us. I mean, I've been doing stuff for them for 10 years now.
The Sam Biggs Memorial Foundation, that's a big one for me. It's personal. Sam was my cousin. And so we hold 2 events each year, one in Illinois, one here in Missouri, to raise money for the foundation after he passed away when he was 6. And so we raised money for the foundation named in his honor that started. Most of the vendors back there in the room, they actually sponsor our events. So thank them. Thank Prime. They sponsor that as well. And, you know, to a lot of drivers that want to know how I do this stuff, honestly, it's been a lot through Prime. And this isn't, I know there's going to be somebody out there that's like, oh, look, he's getting ready to kiss the backsides. That's not what I'm doing. You know, it's just straight up truth. You know, none of this would have been possible if I hadn't been working here. You know, Robert has supported everything that I've ever done. I mean, I've came to this man with some really wild ideas, and he's all like, you know, go for it. You know, and we've done it. I've had 3 great fleet managers. I've been here in 25 years, and Brian Love, Scott McKnight, and this man right here. And I think all 3 of them are still with the company, and just great people. Partner up, trust your fleet manager, and you can do this stuff.
As you and I know, it's not a place you leave. It's a place you retire from.
Exactly. I'm ready to retire. Not yet, but I'm ready to retire.
All right. Well, Thomas, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And
and I do want to say one thing. I'm definitely not the first one to do this. Back over here in Camouflage hat is Bill Girdler. He was the first one to ever win this award for Prime. Then there was Harvey Williams that's won it, Ron Hoover that's won it, and Glenn Horak, he's also sitting over there, he's won it. And I don't like to brag on myself, but I'm going to brag this time. I am the first person in the history of Missouri to win this award twice. So I'm going to brag about that one. So I'm done. Or as Dorian would say, I'm done.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Fantastic job, and congratulations again to you, Thomas, and again, congratulations to all of our Prime drivers that won that award. So, great meeting today, Dave.
It is. That's awesome, man.
Great job putting
It gets
this
me all
together.
pumped up.
I
This feeling
feel
stuff.
really good about what we did today. You know, I've got my red on. You've got your red on. You know, RED, we remember everyone deployed. You know, we are a company that really puts stock into honoring folks that serve. So if you are a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, if you would just stand up for just a second and give us the opportunity to properly honor you.
All right.
Always good to do that. It really feels good to do that.
It does.
Yeah. So also, before we get out of here, you know, we've got our IT experts here on my right, Richard and Brienne. If you have any technology-based questions, line up after the meeting. They'll get you taken care of. So we'll ask Steve Lucky to come on and make your way up here. Always good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it. Great safety meeting. Safety is our highest calling here at Prime. Never changes. Man, we've got some trailblazers. A table full over here. Congratulations to you all. And our Highway Diamonds, trailblazers. A lot of people trying to create something like that in their companies. I think it's the highest compliment. So we're going to continue pursuing those opportunities, and really thank you for all that you do. You know, on the business side, we're seeing it pick up. Praise the Lord. We needed that, and we think it's going to continue. We've kind of finished the big bid process season and won a lot of business. A lot of it will be coming online here mid-April and May 1st. So we'll start seeing some additional volume. It's a good thing. Been a tough, long grind, but we've endured it. And the reason we've been able to endure it is because of what you all do and the service you give us. So all of you operators that are picking them up and delivering on time, thank you. And those of you that are out there on the road driving, we thank you very much for what you're doing as well. So just hang in there with us. Trust your fleet managers. You heard from one here today that is really just one of many really good operations people, fleet managers. They're great business partners for you. Nothing makes them happier than to see you succeed. Trust me when I say that. We're all in this together. We're all aligned, and we need you to be successful. So thanks again for everything you do. I'm going to have Robert come up and have the final say-so here. He's always got something good to say for us. I mean, I can't wait. I've been waiting all morning, so.
I may not have anything good to say about you.
Well, I just talk to the crowd. Don't worry about me.
I'm just warning you right now.
Okay.
Thomas, Doreen, Bill Girdler. Did you want to say something earlier, Bill? Why didn't they bring you a microphone? I don't. Oh, okay, okay.
I got a call last Wednesday from Mr. Thomas Miller. Want to know if I'd be here for this meeting? Normally I don't come over here and pray. I said, I'll be there with bells on. I said, well, I won't have bells on, but I have my satin jacket on. He said, well, I won't have my satin jacket because he got burned up in the fire when his house burned. You think he gave me a satin jacket?
I think that could be arranged, Bill. Thanks for mentioning that to me. I don't know if we were aware of that, but Thomas, we'll get you a satin jacket. Now, that ring, let's see that ring. Now, you know what happened to Jason Kelsey's Super Bowl ring, don't you?
I ain't lose mine.
Okay, you're not gonna jump in the chili?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, everybody knows the story. Thomas, we're proud of you. We're proud of all of you. And you folks just starting with us. I mean, talk to these folks. I mean, they are good. They know how to trailer truck. You know, they're just not some loudmouth, sitting in the truck stop, talking about what they've done. These people have actually done it. They've actually done it from every aspect, whether it's customer service or safety, profitability. These folks really do it. It's not talk. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's the real thing. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank you all at every opportunity for what you do. You do a fantastic job. So anyway, Steve said business picking up. I think we're up about 700 loads this morning. Up 700 loads. That's a good thing, right? Yeah. I mean, give me an amen on that. And the reason that we are is because of the service that you all provide. They just can't find it out there. The shippers just can't find it. They might find a cheaper rate. And right now, they can. This has been one of the toughest recessions in the freight business that we've had. Maybe ever. I just go back 54 years, maybe before I got here, there was some more, but this was bad. And a lot of folks didn't make it. But you all made it very nicely. And you're to be committed to that. So I'll just ask you, as I always do, to please be safe out there, and God bless each of you.